योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा समत्वं योग उच्यते. Perform action, O Dhananjaya, being steadfast in yoga, abandoning attachment, and balanced in success and failure. Evenness of mind is called yoga. From this stanza onwards, we shall have an exhaustive discussion of the technique of Karma Yoga as conceived by Krishna in his doctrine of action and expounded by Vyasa's Gita. A complete technique of how one can live the life of a true inspired worker is explained here. And to any careful student who understands all the implications of the terms, it must be clear that a complete effacement of individuality and its vanities is to be achieved in this path of success, and this is gained also by practicing the equipoise mentioned in the previous stanzas. In this stanza, for the first time, the term yoga has been used in the context of evenness of mind through work, and in the very same stanza, before it concludes, we get an exhaustive definition too of the term yoga as used here. Evenness of mind, tranquility or mental composure in all parts, in all pairs of opposites, is defined here as yoga. Defined thus, the term yoga as used here indicates a special condition of the mind in which it comes to a neutral equilibrium in all the ebbs and flows of life's tides. The instructions in this stanza advises us that desireless action can be performed only when one gets completely established in yoga. And the term means precisely what Vyasa defines it to mean here. Not only is it sufficient that a true worker should act in the world established in equipoise and equanimity, but he should also reinforce this poise amidst the change of the world through a renunciation of his attachment, asanga. Innumerable commentators hastily enter this stanza and leave this portion almost unexplained. They leave the idea raw to the reader, and their commentary on this non-attachment remains ever incomplete for the seeker. We shall try to inquire into the attachment mentioned here, which a seeker should renounce, so that he may become more efficient in performing inspired activities. To all sincere students who have so far followed the Lord's words, it should be clear that non-attachment advised here is exactly the same as that against which Krishna has already warned in the earlier stanzas and insists that we must renounce them. Wrong imaginations, false expectations, daydreams about the fruits of actions, anxieties for the results, and fears for the future calamities that have not yet appeared to threaten our life. When it is put thus as a list of mistakes to be avoided, any true karma yogi striving upon the path of yoga should find it impossible to practice it. But when we analyze this further with our understanding of the Upanishads, we shall easily solve the riddle. All the above nerve-wracking mistakes belong to the delusory ego center. When we analyze closely the stuff with which the ego is made, we can easily find that it is a bundle of memories of the past and hopes and expectations for the future. The past are dead moments that are no more to be ours. The future is yet unborn and does not yet belong to us now. To live in the ego and expect fruits of future is to live either in the burial grounds of dead moments or in the womb of time where the unborn future today rests. In all these preoccupations, we are losing the immediate moments given to us to act, to strive, to earn, and to achieve. It is this unintelligent squandering of the wealth or the present chances through our broodings and imagination that is hinted at here by the genius of the Vyasa when he said act, established in equanimity, abandoning attachment. Thus, in complete self forgetfulness to get ourselves intoxicated with the activities undertaken in the present is to live the immediate moments vitally, fully, and entirely with all the best that is in us. To dissolve ourselves thus, our past, our future, our hopes, our fears, into the fierce contents of the present is to work in inspiration. An inspired work ever guarantees the greatest return. An artist who is at work, forgetting himself in the very joyous ecstasy of his work, is an example of what we have said above. One need not even be a great artist. An artist working increasingly with all his minds and intellect on a piece of work will not be able to recognize immediately any chance intruder and will not be able to answer even the visitor's inquiries about his personal identity or his beloved belongings in life. It would take time for the artist to come down from the realms of his joyous mood and to the crystallization of an ego in him to recognize the intruder, understand his inquiry, and give him an intelligent answer. In all inspired activity, the worker forgets himself in the work that he is doing. In all such activities, when the worker has gained almost a self forgetfulness, he will not care for the success or the failure of his activity, because to worry for the result is to worry for the future moment, and to live in the future is not to live in the present. Inspiration is the joyous content of thrilled ecstasy of each immediate moment. It is said that the content of the moment is in itself is the entire infinite bliss. Established thus in equanimity, renouncing all egocentric attachments, forgetting to worry over the results of success or failures in the activities, act on, says Krishna to Arjuna. And he adds, the great yoga is to work thus with equipoise in all situations. Now we've seen in the last four different verses, which are all themed around equanimity. Here in this verse, equanimity is about keeping the mind present in the current piece of work that we're doing. Fully engaged work that we do right now can only happen if we are totally inspired by the work that we're doing. In this case, we are 100% in the present. We are not worried about the future or anxious about what had happened in the past, worried about the past or anxious about the future. So, success and failures is an important aspect to be equanimous about. So, Siddhya Siddhi in this verse, Siddha Siddho, success and failures. Equanimity is huge. If we cultivate this, then we'll be able to live in the present, which is blissful moment. We forget about every issue that can come up. We give our best, and we give our best, we are to get the best results. Super important trait of an inspired leader, to work in the present moment and inspired 100% attention to everything that he or she is doing. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate.